Hey guys, we just watched episode 7 of A Life After Lockup, and before we talk about the episode, what is going on with Ryan? What is going on with Ryan?
Yeah,
he is nowhere to be seen on social media at all.
Stopped. He's dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
I think he's just so devastated with everything that's happened.
Yeah.
I reckon he doesn't come back. I don't think he's going to be coming back for some reason.
Ever since Gypsy has declared that she is pregnant, Ryan is nowhere to be seen, and he would be heartbroken.
Absolutely.
He'd be absolutely heartbroken. He loved this girl. He absolutely was smitten by this girl, besotted by this girl.
Yeah,
and now
she's here
she's
having
pregnant.
a family, the family that he wanted.
He always wanted a family.
He always wanted a family, and she's having a family with a guy while he's still married to her.
And then next thing I know, she was gone.
Thinking of you, Ryan, we really are. It's a terrible situation to be in. It really is,
absolutely.
you know. Now let's talk about the episode.
Yeah, so the episode. Now, the episode has come out and it's painted Ryan to look like this controlling, you know, like he doesn't give her any freedom, like he's this horrible, controlling guy who only cares about money and he wants her to just do whatever, and then she has to be home, apparently, and she needs to be free.
Yeah, she feels all locked up.
She needs to break free. You know? They really painted him out to be this horrible villain of a guy, and I just feel bad for him. I really
I can
do.
tell you this much, he isn't a horrible villain at all. He just is besotted and head over heels in love with Gypsy. And Gypsy just does not care about him at all.
No, she wanted it out. As soon as she knew Ken was still interested, that was it. It was it. Done. She just was looking for an excuse.
What you are, Ryan, is a pen pal. That's all that you were, and a crutch. You never ever want to be someone's crutch in life. You don't, because that's one step away from down. It really is. So I can't tell you enough that watching this episode, I can just see, you can see that Gypsy doesn't want to be there.
No, because
she's already given up.
She keeps giving, and she keeps getting validation from her family. Like she's showing her father these text messages from Ryan. Obviously, he said these messages while they're having an argument. Like she shows messages that she knows other people are going to be on her side.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rod's going to look at these messages and think, oh, why is this guy talking to my daughter like this?
Yeah. Why can't I see my own daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You know, and that's understandable.
Gypsy could not wait.
Yeah.
She could not wait to show Rod these messages because she was out.
Because she
was
wanted
out.
an excuse to leave, and making Ryan look like this controlling husband is a great excuse for her.
Just remember, guys, she woke up Ryan to let him know before she went away that she had feelings for Ken. Now,
So
then she goes away.
on his mind the whole time.
Then she goes away to her family and says, I don't want you to come. Of course he's going to think, is Ken going to be there?
Yeah.
The family doesn't like me. Chrissy doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Is something going on?
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to push her too far away because I love her so much and I want to hold on so tightly.
Yeah, I know.
But if I hold on too tightly, she's going to not want to be with me.
Anything else going on? Looks like you better start crying.
No. Gypsy has Ryan wrapped around her little finger.
She does.
She does.
Even after all this happened, we've seen him on the lives.
Yeah.
He has always been so
respectful.
Nice, respectful. He even says he still has feeling for her. He's even crying in the lives because he misses her still.
Yeah, he was crying on the lives.
Guys, I'm sorry.
And Gypsy doesn't care. Like, she could have took her little dog, Pixie. She didn't even want Pixie.
Oh, yeah, she's
She
there
didn't even want
crying.
her little dog.
Like, oh,
My
Pixie.
dog.
Why don't you take the dog then?
Yeah. You could have taken the dog. One snap.
Ryan loves you that much, he would have let you have the dog. So that
Ryan would let you have anything
and
you
you
want.
can see the dog looked happy. So what was her excuse saying, oh, the dog prefers Ryan? The dog looked
And then
happy
she
to
cries.
me.
There's those tears.
Yeah.
You don't see falling, those wipe, you know. But it's just, I don't know. It's a really sad situation to begin with because let's be real, Ryan. We have to be honest. You could tell if you look back, Gypsy never really wanted you. She always wanted Ken. 2 weeks.
The red
two
flags
weeks
were there.
before the wedding. She mentioned Ken to you.
Yeah,
she mentioned that she still had feelings for Ken.
Someone else, and I'll never be
It's
someone
always
else.
been there. The day that she got out of prison, we found out that she contacted Ken.
Yeah.
Ken said it on his live. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. You know, no, it was on his live. No, it was on Life After Lockup. He
Yeah.
said it on the show. He said, you know, the last time I had contact with...
Just before she left
Yeah,
prison,
just before she left prison. So, you know, she always had feelings for Ken.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're real
You know
feelings,
what?
but...
behind the scenes, she would have kept reassuring Ryan as well.
Yeah.
Like, she would have kept going backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
So she would have been like, oh, no, I do love you. No, I don't love
She would have
him.
played with his head.
Yeah, she would have played with his head.
Yeah.
And Ryan being as in love with her as he was, he would have believed her.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know. It's just sad to watch this whole thing go down. I mean, look.
Especially the car scene. And she goes, because we all know as females, we all know that we do this. Well, I do this, and the people that I know do this. I don't know if you guys do, but instead of saying something directly, I'm direct. I'm just talking about half of Marzi. This is how Marzi would do it, because I'm quite direct. Marzi would say...
I know when she said that line, I'm like, okay, I get what she's doing. The first thing she says is, are you happy? That's her
That's a Marzi line. That's a Marzi line.
Trying to get him to say no, so that way she can say, oh, me neither.
Yeah, that's her escape.
She's trying to... You know, it's a bit of a passive-aggressive technique.
Yeah.
And I do use that
because Marzi's
I'm not
like that.
good at being direct. I get uncomfortable with being direct.
Yeah.
As
I'm
don't
not.
make me out to be like Gypsy, though.
I'm not. I'm direct. I see it, I call it, that's it. I don't like nonsense.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Did try that approach because obviously her saying, are you happy, really it means her saying,
I'm not happy, I can't be
happy.
here anymore, I've got to leave. I've got to leave, you know, and we can all see that.
And
It was just too much.
He was like, yeah, of course I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, let's work on this. Let's get therapy. Let's work on our marriage. No. She wouldn't even want to try because she was already out the door.
100%.
She was already checked out. She already had her bags packed. She already had the wedding ring for Ken in the future happening.
Yeah.
The baby was already being planned in that moment with Ken. Okay?
Yeah, 100%.
So she was already gone. So,
It was a really sad scene.
And I am
he walked
12
off.
weeks and 5 days as of today.
Even earlier in the episode when Ryan is trying to like have date night with her, she's just like, oh, I don't really want to go.
And he even
then
said in the car, he said, you don't really want to be on this date with me, isn't it? It's me. It's
And
me
then,
that you don't want to be on a date
no,
with.
Of course, whatever. But then he's like, oh, you know, he's trying to make plans with her. Like, he's like, oh, let's go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, no, I can't because of my parole, because I can't be in a bar. Oh, I'm sorry, later down the track, you can be at a jazz festival, though, with Ken.
Yeah.
You can go eat chicken with Ken, but you can't go there with Ryan.
Yeah.
All these excuses that she keeps making with Ryan that she can't do, just because she doesn't want to be with him. She can't just tell him.
Do you know what's funny? Is that everyone's trying to make out Ryan to be this money-hungry guy because they saw this
Oh,
episode.
yeah, that part too.
He was with her for years. Feeding her money in prison.
Yeah.
He's not after her money, I can tell you that much. He didn't expect her to be this famous.
No.
He didn't expect it. Oh, I hate saying the word famous because I don't feel like she's famous, but he didn't expect her to blow up on social media and all over the place like she has. Please, I didn't say the word famous. I don't find her famous at all.
Again, they made that, I don't know the full part of that scene, but they made it look like Ryan was after her money.
He wasn't. He wasn't at all. No.
Like, and then, you know, obviously, yes, I understand she was freaking out about the whole parole. She needed to delete her social media, blah, blah,
delete
blah.
my social media.
I don't know. It's hard because, like, you can see, oh, you know, but, you know, they say you need to make an income. This is your income. Like, he's trying to talk rationally with her. Like, let's talk to the parole so you don't have to delete your social media. But it's turning into more like, I feel like they're trying to twist it to make it into more than what it was.
Yeah, 100%. You got to remember, Gypsy is a fly by the seat of my pants gal. Like, she isn't a rational personality type. She sees it, she wants it, she does straight away. Do you know what I mean? She's not rational. Ryan's trying to say, just wait.
The whole family, her parents, Ryan, Ken, everyone says how impulsive she is.
They say that all the time.
Her
She's very
closest
impulsive.
family members tell us, the public, how impulsive she is as a person.
Yeah.
That's a
I know
fact.
she's gone.
Yeah. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand this obsession that Gypsy Rose has with men. Like, she just can't be single. You can't be single. You jump from one man to the next to the next.
She does.
And I'm trying to work out, what is it? What is it that you get from a man? Is it the fact that you can manipulate men more than you can manipulate women? Is it the fact that they give you this validation, like, you're so great, I love you, I want you, and it's an ego thing? Is it an ego thing? I don't know what it is.
I think it might be a bit of a princess complex. Like, she loves that whole fairy tale princess thing.
Yeah.
She's always said that. Like, she always wanted her Prince Charming to come on a white horse and rescue her, the, you know, poor little Cinderella.
I think it's an ego thing. I think it's an ego thing.
A bit of all of it.
And you can't get that from a female, because a female's not going to say, you're so great 24/7. You know, we prop each other up as women. We really do. But not like a man. And not like these type of men. You know what I mean? And I'm curious what it is, because we're single. And we love being single. Do you know what I mean? You get confidence from within from being single, not from a man. You don't get your confidence from a man. So I'm curious, what is the validation that you need?
Don't know.
Because you just keep jumping and jumping. And even Christy said in Prison Confession, she said, do not marry Ryan.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to hear that.
Experience life a little bit.
Yeah, you didn't want to hear that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, oh, I should have listened. You know, you know what I mean? She said
Yeah,
that.
now look at her. She's knocked up.
Yeah.
She's pregnant.
You've never been single, like, you've never been single in prison.
No.
Like, you know, even when you weren't allowed to leave the house, apparently, you had men on the internet all the time, you know? Like,
It was
I'm
always
just
one after
curious
next,
what
after
it is, Gypsy, you know? I wish you were single and enjoyed single life. It's good. It's great,
Look,
you know?
I mean, I don't know.
Too late now.
Obviously, something that she enjoyed. I
Yeah.
guess. I mean,
I do
don't
think
know.
it's an ego thing, you know? I really, really do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was sad to watch this episode. It was. I am worried about Ryan. I hope he's okay because he's not on social media and he's not responding to anyone. He's not going lives, and he always goes live after an episode.
He does.
And he's
So
not
for
to be
him not
seen.
especially after an episode like this, which has painted him so horribly.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd want to come on and just, you know,
Justify.
explain why this and this happened. You know, but he's not doing that. So I feel like he might be done. I don't know. I hope he's okay. I feel like we're not going to hear from him again. I really do.
You can't be more respectful to a person than Ryan's been towards Gypsy.
Yeah, he has.
And even as
she just
respectful,
spat again and again
even
and again.
as respectful as he's been, he's still got backlash.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't understand any of this. I don't.
You look so good.
She knows how to pick these people. She really does, because she's a
does.
strong.
Like,
do you know what I can't believe is we're watching it together, Marcy and I, and the way that she can analyze. Wasn't that interesting, Mars? We were saying that together.
Look, she has very high manipulation skills that she gets from her mother, so
Yeah.
she is able to analyse people well. I
Yeah.
do feel like that is something that she's able to do because they need that sort of... You need to be able to judge people's characters well to see what kind of people you can manipulate and what kind of people you can't.
Exactly, yeah.
And who to stay clear of. And I feel like she does have that pretty high up there.
100%,
because-
Mars.
I mean, she does, because obviously she can find guys who are very loyal.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a reason why these guys are low, because she has picked these guys.
Yeah, specifically.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not what you envisioned.
You could ask those questions when we're not filming.
Gypsy said, don't talk about this on camera. But, remember that scene, Mars?
Yeah, that scene bugged me.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, are you serious?
What
Like,
was the scene?
Well, Ryan, he's trying to talk nice to her. He's like, oh, you know, would you like to marry me again? Like, he's trying to be cute.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, don't do that on camera. That should just be private between us.
But not when they were doing the deed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, her talking to Mia about how, you know, she's had unprotected sex and that she needs the morning after pill.
Yeah, she was
that's
fine with
not
that.
off limits. That's okay to talk about on camera, and then calling Ryan up on the phone and just blowing it on. Like, instead of just talking to him in person, she's on the phone saying, oh, by the way, I'm getting the morning after pill.
Yeah.
Like,
because this inside me.
yeah,
you know,
and
she
then
does
she's
all that.
recording him, like, when they're having an argument to make sure the world can see. That's not off the table, but apparently him being nice, saying, oh, would you like to marry me again? No, God forbid, you can't do that.
I really can't
very
stand when someone
hypocritical,
says
very
one thing,
hypocritical.
one thing, but they can do it themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, no one else can do it.
Yeah.
But I can do it.
A lot of
oh,
people
I don't.
like that.
I don't like people like that. That is
No,
a big
I hate
pet
that
peeve.
too. I hate double standards.
Double
like that.
standards just blow my mind. We can't. We've done a lot of videos on that. We've done a lot of videos with Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, on double standards. We've got a big.
We don't like that.
we
No,
don't
no,
like that
no,
at all,
no.
and we see that a lot.
If one person can do it, then
Yeah.
the other person should be able to do it too.
100%.
That's how we see it. We're not going to change our mind. No one can make us change our mind.
No.
I don't care what the context is.
No, not at all. Not at all. Anyways, guys, tell us your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think that Ryan was too much? Or do you think Gypsy was too much? Do you think that Ryan was holding on too tightly? I do think he was. I think he was holding on too tightly. I think that he was trying to make her happy, but he was holding on way too tight. Way too tight, you know?
Okay, yeah.
You can't
yeah,
do
but
that with someone.
I do feel
Yeah,
like he
I
was so insecure though.
I know.
And don't forget, these episodes, like they filmed this over months.
Yeah.
Like, this would have been building up. Like, we're not seeing him just... This isn't day after day that he's, like, asking these questions.
No.
It's obviously building up, and her saying, oh, you know, I'm thinking of Ken. And he's building up in his head, and he's like, oh, well, you know,
Yeah.
are you feeling cooped up today? Like,
Yeah.
he's probably playing in his head.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I mean, like you said before, I mean, I feel like Ryan might be more of a direct approach. Like, he's saying her straight out, do you feel cooped up today? And Gypsy, she's more passive aggressive, like, are you happy? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's two different styles there. But
Communication styles.
when Ryan
yeah.
does it, like, people are thinking, oh, you know, he's being aggressive. But he's just being, I feel like he's just being direct.
Yeah.
And he's not being degrading to her.
Maybe I'm not what you envisioned.
You keep saying you're feeling cooped up even though you're allowed to leave the house whenever you want. I'll pay for your Ubers. He's saying he'll pay for... She can't even walk and catch a bus, apparently. But he'll pay for an Uber. But, you know, she can't travel to, you know, an hour away because it costs money. But apparently she's allowed to go to the mall. She's allowed to leave the house. He never said she had to, get chained up in the bedroom like
No,
his mother.
no, 100%.
So, like the fact that she keeps
The
saying,
bottom line is, Gypsy, you didn't like
not a
Ryan.
rant, sorry.
You didn't like Ryan. That was the thing.
That's the thing.
If you aren't sexually attracted to someone, you can't make it work no matter how hard you try. And I understand that, Gypsy. I do understand that. I do. I've tried to do that myself, but I haven't led someone on and I haven't married them. And I haven't played two people off against each other. I don't ever do that.
No.
If I like someone, I say, look, I can't. I will. I have tried. Didn't work out. Doesn't work out. You don't have it. You don't have it.
Yeah.
But I don't play people off against each other. No.
Yeah, well,
You'll never see that from me.
At the end of the day, she just shouldn't have married him. But you know what? She did it for a parole, and I always
100%. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think, guys. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.